Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Jules, and we're going to be talking about if Gwen Stefani is actually pro-life. And with me, I have the CEO of Save the Storks, Diane Ferrero, who actually sat by Gwen Stefani at a wedding.
I did, Jules. It was a long time ago. Let me say like 90s. It was when she was still dating Tony, who was in No Doubt. I'm from Anaheim, and I'm an Anaheim kid, and No Doubt used to play in backyard, like mini concerts with another friend of mine's band. And when he got married, they had a backyard wedding at his wife's house. And I sat next to Tony and Gwen, and she was lovely. I remember I had this really cool light blue and kind of cream colored polka dotted dress I got at the thrift store. And she goes, "I love your dress."
Oh my gosh.
And I remember we chatted a little bit. And at that time, their album had not come out yet, I don't think.
Tragic Kingdom?
Tragic Kingdom,
about?
yeah.
Okay.
But
The one
they
that
were waiting.
sold them.
Yes, that was the one that made them famous. But they were still together, but they were also all finishing up their college degrees. And she went to school, I think, for fashion design. And I was really impressed with myself that she liked my thrift store find. So I
mean,
still
if you
think,
get the approval of Gwen Stefani, then you know you're doing something right.
well, look at now, she's got lamb, and I mean, she's just a fashion icon.
Yep.
And I thought, she liked my little $10 dress. I'll take that to the grave with me. Yes. Yeah.
That is so cool. But I think one of the things that really impressed you about Gwen Stefani is the fact that, was it at a concert or something, that she kind of advocated for choosing motherhood? Right?
Absolutely. I will never forget this. So I'm adopted, and I've always been, really vocal about being pro-life. And our mutual friend, he was actually from Anaheim also, and he was like their tour manager in their early days. And we were having a beer one night, and he said, he mentioned where, they were at I think Lilith Fair, some other concert like that was super big in the 90s.
Right.
And we were talking about being pro-life or pro-choice. And I told him, I go, being adopted, I have always been pro-life. And he said, well, I feel a woman has a right to choose. And I said, I totally get that. But if my birth mom chose abortion for me, you wouldn't be here talking to me. Like, we wouldn't be friends. And he goes, wow, I never thought of it that way. And he said, hey, that makes me think of something. He goes, we were just at this concert, and it was like a concert for, I don't know if it was pro-choice or if it was a Planned Parenthood sponsored concert. He goes, yeah, but No Doubt was playing. And Gwen on stage said, hey, I'm pro-choice too, and I know if I had the choice, I would choose to keep my baby. And I was like, wow, that's
crickets.
amazing. Yeah, this was before she was dating or married to Gavin, and many decades, of course, before Blake. But she got pulled aside after, is what he shared. Again, this is all third party. I was not there, but they said, why did you say you would choose life for your baby? And she said, well, I've always wanted to be a mom. And that famous song, Simple Kind of Life, is all about motherhood.
Yes.
And I guess they said to her, no, this is pro-choice, and we are for abortion. And I don't know what her reaction was after that. Again, this was just my friend kind of commenting on me being pro-life. And I still think about that to this day, because I know she goes to mass, and, she's pretty conservative, actually. I mean, Gwen Stefani is like the coolest female icon, I think.
Gen, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And to think she's almost my age, but she looks like she's 20 years younger. She's just beautiful. But to think that she stood up for life in the early stages of her career, and look how successful she is.
Yeah.
I would just love for her to be a role model for, even our organization.
Yeah. And I mean, she is a mom now, which is incredible. And I feel like she's kind of like what we've been talking about at Storks about My Baby, My Career, where you can actually succeed at your dreams and your goals and be this kick-ass woman on stage and like go home and like just be a mom. And like both of those things are incredible and should be celebrated. But again, they can actually live together. They can coexist.
Totally. I mean, we see so many celebrities who are moms and they're doing it. I think of Reese Witherspoon. She's a director, an actress, a producer. I mean, she's super successful. And I remember hearing a story about her when she was a younger mom, and she, I guess, bought a minivan because she didn't want the paparazzi following her when she took her kids to school.
Yeah.
I thought, man, that's motherhood. That's being bold, and that's like fighting for your kids.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of these actresses and celebrities are pro-choice, but I mean, the way they are mothers in everyday life, to me, they are providing, equal access to motherhood. They're showing women across the country and around the world what it looks like to be a mom, even when you have a hugely successful career and the paparazzi are chasing you.
Yes. Speaking of celebrities, I mean, obviously we have the moms, but I kind of wanted to talk about the dads too and how they show up for their kids. And it's funny because my husband actually used to work on the Sony lot. And so he would always run into Adam Sandler. And he was like, Adam was such a dad. Like on set, like you would never see him being like total director mode or total producer mode. Like he'd get into that mode, but he'd be like, all right, guys, got to pick up my kids. Would have the same SUV every day and would just be like, bye guys, picking up my kids. Or he'd bring them to work. And I was like, see, like we have to start normalizing this. Like parents can do their jobs, they can have successful careers, and they can incorporate their kids and also just say like, this is where I time out and I got to focus on my kids.